Welcome to the Weather Guru podcast for January the 11th, 2025. This is your weekend edition. Thank you for listening and subscribing. Appreciate all the support. We're looking at the lower 48 water vapor here, and you can see that snowstorm that has snarled the deep south and the mid-Atlantic has moved offshore now in the Atlantic. And so you can see all the orange here denoted as dry air in the Sun Belt, ranging from San Diego all the way back through Texas and into Florida, as we can see the moisture exiting the state of Florida out into the Atlantic. Now we still have some patches of moisture in the Intermountain West here, denoted in green here in Big Sky country of Montana, Wyoming, and down to Denver in the Intermountain West and into the high plains. But overall, the pattern is getting very quiet here as far as any snowfall chances here in the next 3 to 4 days here. Looking at the current radar, you can see here, I want to show you credit to the National Weather Service, you can see the snow showers in the Minnesota, Minneapolis, St. Paul, the Twin Cities, extending up toward Bemidji, the Arrowhead of Minnesota, back toward the Dakotas here, I-29 corridor from Fargo, North Dakota, down into South Dakota. The Black Hills of South Dakota experiencing some little snow showers, nothing that they can't handle. And also, like I said, in the Intermountain West, south of Denver, heading toward I-25, we're heading out past Colorado Springs toward Pueblo and the Raton Pass. There's some snow showers there, and the east toward Lamar, Colorado, and into Kansas. And just brief showers, brief flurries coming off the lakes here, but nothing crazy, no lake effect snow for anybody in Cleveland, Buffalo area, back toward Detroit, Michigan. So that's what we have going on nationally in this picture here. But you can see here, starting tomorrow, this is valid for Sunday, tomorrow morning when you wake up Sunday morning, January 12, 2025. This is what we're going to be dealing with, ladies and gentlemen, for much of the country. We have some light snow showers, once again, I said, around the Great Lakes here. This is going to amount to less than 2 inches generally here. So if you have people in Cleveland, Ashtabula, South Bend, Indiana, perhaps Chicago, Illinois, Chicagoland suburbs to the southwest, and off the lakes, northwest Indiana suburbs, of course, they will get snow. Michigan, of course, will get some lake effect enhanced. Enhanced lake effect snow is possible, but way up into International Falls, Minnesota, and Duluth, Minnesota, and the UP Peninsula, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, they'll get the enhanced snowfall. Well, possibly 2 to 3 inches could be possible, but generally this is light snow, system snow, kind of like a little clipper system coming out of Alberta, providing that extra lift there. But there's not much to work with. Down south, we have rain, as you can see here, tomorrow for Sunday, January 12th, 2025. And this is going to extend from the Gulf Coast states, so from Tallahassee, Panama City, Pensacola, Mobile, Biloxi, Hattiesburg, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Lake Charles, Beaumont, Houston, down to Victoria and Port Lavaca, Texas here. Galveston is included in that. Just general variety rain showers, nothing severe here denoted in green. It's also going to be in effect too out west. So you note that the Pineapple Express here out west is significantly reduced here for Sunday, January 12th here. So just a little showers here along Coos Bay, Oregon here, and a few intermountain snow here along the Dalles and Portland, Oregon, and the passes here, and the Cascades of Oregon and southern Washington here. A little bit of mixed precipitation, nothing too crazy here. Still dry in the desert southwest and the lower deserts of California here. Critical fire weather danger still possible in the Santa Monica Mountains as well, California, as well as some of the mountains of Big Bear there as well. Be very careful. The 210 freeway in those areas probably still closed there. Verdugo Hills, all of those areas there to the north of the 210 freeway is the area where the hot spots for the fire, and the canyons, Castiat Canyon, those areas where the hot spots for the fire and the smoke may be a problem there. So be careful. Now, looking at the hazards here, this is valid for the January 12th, 2025. That's tomorrow, Sunday, for the weekend here. Once again, as it's denoted in purple here, we have the winter weather advisories. No stranger to this, but Minneapolis, St. Paul is included, Bemidji, Upper Peninsula, Arrowhead of Minnesota from Duluth. You're in the winter storm warning. You get the most there on the tip there along International Falls. With upper state of Wisconsin, north of Green Bay along 43 there. Be very careful. Iron Mountain there and UP Peninsula, and also some lake effect winter storm watches here for the Tuckville Plateau of New York, as well as south of Buffalo. Those typical areas like Hamburg and Amsterdam coming out the New York State Thruway there are definitely going to get something. Now down south we have this noted in bluish purple here. We have a freeze warning. This is once again for the Okefenokee Swamp in southern Georgia. This includes areas south of Savannah. So if you're in Jessup, Brunswick, heading toward the Sea Isles of Georgia, down towards the northern suburbs of Jacksonville, Yulee, those counties down there, and Gainesville, Ocala along I-10 and I-75. Excuse me, not Ocala, but Gainesville, Lake City, and Suwannee County, and those counties east of I-10, east of Tallahassee, about 70 miles east of Tallahassee. And also this extends west of Tallahassee, these counties here toward Panama City, Bay City, Crestview, heading toward 231 and 431 towards Dothan, Alabama, Blakely, Georgia, Lake Seminole, and up towards just south of Columbus, Georgia there. You're into a freeze warning for tonight, hard freeze warning for Sunday night into Monday night, as well as Saturday night. Temperatures in the 20s, upper 20s and lower 30s there could provide. So make sure you just let your pipes drip a little bit so you won't freeze. Same thing in central Arizona, from Phoenix, Arizona, West Valley suburbs there, from Glebe to Scottsdale, East Valley suburbs, south of Phoenix there, and also closer to the Mexican border there, heading toward the Grand Canyon country, Rim country. There is some high wind warnings there along there. You want to be careful heading from Henderson, Nevada to Sparks, up towards Las Vegas. Some of those canyons along Interstate 11 or 22 there. Be very careful there. And also, like I said, we have that red flag warnings extending still from the Santa Monica Mountains to Ventura Mountains, Ventura County, and up into the hills there towards Big Bear, and back south into the mountains there between I-15 and I-5. Be very careful there in those lanes. And also, high wind warnings extending along the Bay Area, East Bay. So if heading along 5 or the 80 there, coming up toward Tracy, Sacramento, Lodi, up into Vallejo, south there, coming down towards Palo Alto, south of the Bay City there. High wind warnings are in effect for some of those canyons in Portola Valley, some of those lower valleys and canyons and mountain passes there in that area as well. So that's what we have going on. Now, looking at the snowfall totals here, this is the past snowfall. You can see most of the snowfall was heavily concentrated in the Mid-Atlantic. So places got heavy snow. Nashville got hit hard. Dallas, DFW, don't forget about you. Dallas, Fort Worth area, Metroplex got hit hard. They recovered pretty fast. But places like Nashville, Atlanta, Huntsville, Birmingham, Atlanta, they got about northern suburbs, northern mountains there, got 4 inches in Cherokee and Coweta counties and north of there, and Blue Ridge, Georgia, and Asheville, North Carolina, places that were hit hard by the floods back in 2024. They picked up about 4 to 5 inches here. Even in eastern Kentucky, Pikesville and London, they picked up 4 to 5 inches of snow. This is pretty significant for the deep south and the mid-Atlantic. And Petersburg, Virginia picked up 5.2 inches from this storm. Richmond, Virginia area. And so all these areas are going to be recovering here. Up north, the further north we go, we only got an inch or two for places like Philadelphia and Baltimore. In D.C., they picked up about 3.5 inches there in Maryland there as well, the suburbs there. But New York and these places, they picked up just a coating, maybe a coating to 1 inch to 2 inches here. So you didn't really get a lot out of it, but just enough to make it nice. Same thing with Boston. You picked up about 3 to 4 inches in the western suburbs, west of the Massachusetts Turnpike there, heading out toward the Berkshires. But in the city itself, they might have got 2.5 inches of snowfall here. Chicago, you picked up maybe about a couple inches there, 3 to 4 inches there at Midway and O'Hare. O'Hare had great snow operations going on there at the airport to keep it open. Great job done by the airport there for the centrally located O'Hare Airport there. Elsewhere, just got cool temperatures. Things look quiet. This has been the Google update for Saturday night into Sunday morning from January 11th and 12th, 2025 weekend edition. Thank you for listening. I'll be looking forward to the next episode.